Welcome to MagicGatheringStrat. I'm Dan and I'm going to do a blue-black Trinket Control deck match against Dane23. And Dane23 is playing Mono Blue Stormpost, which is a horrible matchup for Trinket. It's one of the worst. And the reason I haven't been doing Trinket matches is because of this. This is my all matchups in Pauper table. And I want to cover all these matchups. And look at Trinket. Here's Trinket. And I have covered everything except Mono Blue Stormpost and I covered the Mirror Post and the Ninja Teachings. That's all. That's all the matches I haven't covered. I have covered Trinket versus everything. And I've also done tournament videos of most of them. In this matchup, we really have to be the aggressor. Try to put some sort of clock on him, which is of course extremely hard, as we are not a very aggressive deck. Make him discard, do anything, and this hand doesn't do much, but it is... in game one we don't have hands that do a lot against him. So I'm forced to keep this and try to draw into something good. As I was saying, I've covered Trinket Control versus Affinity versus Burn versus Delver versus Elves versus Goblins versus Hexproof versus Delver Fiend versus Mono Blue Control versus Stompy versus Mono Black Control versus Mono Blue Post versus Infect, not Stormpost, Mono Blue Post versus Infect versus Storm decks, the old Storm decks, Tortured Existence. I won't cover the Mirror. I've covered it against Familiar Storm, against Simic Storm, against Simic Stormpost, against Izzet Post, and against White Weenie. So I feel it is fairly well covered. So I'm actually looking for people with rogue builds I can play against them, because I try to avoid covering matchups twice. I know it happens, but it really has... If a matchup is covered once, it is covered! You know what I mean? This will be so painful! But now at least I have the Shittering Rats to set him back a bit, but he is starting out on his party. Resolving Expedition Map, getting another Cloud Post next turn. And I might actually consider to kill my own rat next turn, but that is probably suboptimal. Just to make him draw less cards. I still have use of Diabolic Edict against him, as he's playing a couple of creatures, and very critically he's playing Cloud of Fairies. Thanks you Dane23 for doing this. It's always good to have reliable sparring partners. He did say that his list maybe wasn't up to date before we started playing, so please take that into consideration. He has 6 cards in hand. I am gonna draw here, trying to find something of consequence, but I probably should have killed the rat. And he might very well go off. Fume Spitter is good because that gives me some protection against Cloud of Fairies. Looks like a Muldrifter. It is Cloud of Fairies. With flicker protection. but no combo yet. Drifter. If you cast another Muldrifter, I am in trouble. So I think I'm gonna double Edict here and play the Terramorphic Expanse, trying to draw into something. Wow, he let the fairies go. Let the fairies go! Let them run free! He could still just flicker here for 3 cards. And I can do nothing about it. But the Muldrifter does die. Yeah, beatdown! Take that, Mr. Degenerate Stormpost deck. As I said, this is the worst matchup for Trinket. And there's been a lot of 4-0s for Trinket lately, and it's because all the aggro decks are kicking down the Fisher decks. And then the amount of Fisher decks was so low that Trinket could actually win. Trinket has an excellent matchup against all the aggro decks. He's throwing so many cards. Seven mana. Seagate Oracle is totally okay because that doesn't really scare us in the least. I don't remember what my sideboard plan is. He's drawn 10 more cards than I have. 10 more cards! And one of the strengths of the Trinket deck is that it draws so many cards. But as I've said now 10 times, this is a horrible, horrible, horrible matchup. And now I even forgot to use the Terramorphic Expanse. Shows I haven't played Trinket since the Mox run. I think my goal here now is to cast the Augur of Skulls, Undying Evil, and then Grim Harvest and loop the Augur of Skulls. Until he doesn't have a card left in hand. And even that will not destroy him, but it will make things a lot harder for him. So I will begin with Augur of Skulls, Undying Evil. Get rid of 4 of his cards. The only thing keeping him from comboing is the Fume Spitter. So I might have to do Undying Evil Fume Spitter instead. If it starts to look like he will go off. I'm not afraid of Muldrifters. He evoked it. Why did he do that? There's the flicker and we can do nothing. And now I understood why he evoked it. I don't know what happened to the May bannings. Whenever there is a banning planned and they don't ban anything, they still make an announcement, but they haven't said anything about Pauper, except that there should be banning announcements monthly. And it's almost been a month since they said that. But if they do it inside of May, here we go. And do I want to do it now? He could very well have 2 Cloud Affairs. Let's wait until he does broken stuff instead. Of course, that is pretty broken. I don't think there are Mono Blue decks that actually run Torch. I think they want to combo out. That's what they do. And of course he has a backup Cloud of Fairies here. Or it's at least very likely that he has one. How does timing work here? If he aims for the Cloud of Hair combo, I cast Undying Evil on Fume Spitter, but then he flickers. So I need to wait until he flickers, then he at least has to flicker again. Storm count of a lot. And I can never, I've tried so many times to recover from the Temporal Fissure, but it's pretty clear that I can't. So once, if the fissure hits and the Cloud of Fairies doesn't die, I will just concede. And people have viewed this channel a lot, knows what I feel about conceding. I hate it, but in this case it's definitely necessary. So let's do it. Well, I should have done it in response to the fissure targets, right? So here comes the fissure targets. Yeah, that was wrong timing for me. He doesn't have any blue mana. But this is where I kill the Cloud of Fairies. Yeah, I got a Fume Spitter. And 2 Cloud of Fairies are dead. What if I just killed all the Cloud of Fairies? That's not very realistic, is it? Yeah, where's Curse of the Bloody Tome when you need it? He gives me the third Cloud of Fairies. But even if I kill them all, can I ever recover from this? I prevented his eternal combo, but I don't know. Can I? Probably not. Okay, so I'm playing the Terramorphic Expanse and not in my upkeep. Discarding Aqueduct, Vault. Like that. So now he's doing 3 to me. And he does have Fisher. Yeah, I've lost this. There is no way out! It's pretty much playing out as expected. I should probably get the island. If for some reason that would matter. But as I told you from the beginning, it is fairly hopeless. I would actually not... Oh, I would blame anyone that auto-conceded to a Stormpost deck in the dailies, because at least you have 10% chance, 15% chance possibly of winning, and you have to take those chances to not make the matchup unbearable. Oh, actually, and that's what happened to Marcus in one of his 4-0 Trinket dailies. He did actually run into a Mono Blue Stormpost deck that did fizzle. I take this opportunity to clean my my keyboard. That's what the sound is. Okay, now I go check YouTube comments. Thank you for giving comments to the videos. It's really fun to read all the comments. I never thought people on YouTube would be so friendly as everybody has been this year. But now there were no comments, and that's not strange because it's 2:30 p.m. Swedish time, which means that very few Americans are playing Magic. What happened to Dane? I know there's plenty to think about in the deck. Just posted the first Return to Ravnica block drafts. Hope you like them. Oh, he's lost connection. And he's back. He had some sort of connection problem. Wow, what the hell? So he did play Torch. So let's check the Trinket sideboard plan. And there is actually an old video where I opened the Trinket sideboard plan in the middle of the window, so you could all see it. My sideboard plan is confusing, but there is 4 distress, 1 duress, 1 distress, 1 spell bomb, 2 chittering, taking out the edicts, the life staff, and the tragic slip. And we couldn't really fit in the shitterings. And it's the last edict that goes out. Yes. Okay, so here is an Ogre of Skull turn 2. That's gotta have to be enough. And hopefully we'll draw into black mana so we can shitter. Because he has mulliganed. There is some hope. No post. Well, if I get to resolve Chittering Rats here, it will be good. He snaps it. And that's even 1 card less for him. So we might manage to disrupt him here. And given that he missed his land drop, Chittering Rats must be really good. No, he didn't miss his land drop, sorry. Just an idiot. And now I definitely got a distress. Or do I? Or do I shitter again? He is 1 mana from the Fisher. I think I shitter again. But I'm really not sure. Now it's definitely distress. Well, at least this time I have the clock. Oh, Trinket Mage. For land, but then I can do nothing. So I think I have to distress him here. Without the Fisher, the Cloud of Fairies can't do a lot. I sure think it's the Fisher there, but I sure think, but I'm not sure now. I have no idea. Tell me what you would have discarded there. I'm not sure. But he now doesn't have anything to cast really with all his mana. I I probably have to play, but he has the ghostly flicker, so my fume spitter doesn't do a lot. Here we go. But what is he trying to do here? Though Trinket Mage land fume spitter seems like a real option, unless he's going off here. I'm not sure that leads anywhere. Yeah, I'm gonna take that cloud of hairs out of the sky. And down onto my plate. Okay, new plan. Ogre of Skulls. Fume Spitter. Kill the Cloud of Fairies. And I get to discard his hand. So now I feel a bit excited. I'm going for land here. Possibly for the spell bomb. Yep. It's the spell bomb. Making his mnemonic wall unusable. If I have Tragic Slip spell bomb, there is not much that can be done against me. I'm playing the Crypt Rats here. It seems that I might be able to steal a game. I have Tragic Slip protection. Have the spell bomb. An evoked Muldrifter enables my Tragic Slip. But not yet. Tragic Slip is not yet enabled. So he could flicker here. The only thing I need to do is untap. No, he can still protect himself with the flicker. Yeah. And he has refilled his entire hand. But can he go off? He flickers again. Still no one has died this turn. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. He just has to find a fissure. There, finally someone died. Still has the mana for the fissure. And actually a temporal fissure here is probably game. And it would be weird if he didn't find one. I took one at the beginning. I don't think he cybered out one, did he? So I think he's winning this. And I don't want to make you disappointed, but I still haven't won one single game against a Stormpost deck. I'm not speaking about matches, I'm speaking about duels. Surely the response here must be to play Sack the Spell Bomb in response to his choosing his targets, of course. And not before, which is something I got to learn. And I have all my cards returned to hand. Why am I having a land here? Here comes the bolt, the torch, for exactly 20. And we have been crushed, like we expected to. But I will try to find some rogue brews to play Trinket Control against. If you want to check out other Trinket Control matches, just search the channel. UB Trinket Control versus Stompy versus Delver versus Goblins, etc. It's all on the channel. Some matches exist in several copies because I play them in tournaments. To some success, I must say. Thank you for watching MagicGatheringStrat. I'm Dan. I was playing Blue-Black Trinket Control against its very worst matchup.